playing or are we playing? And we're not charging, that's a bad thing. Alright. Says I got audio there. Don't. Yep, there we go. Chat was in the way a little bit. Whoa, what was that about? Oh, I can move the chat to the top or bottom? Well, at least to the top. Can we put it at the bottom? Alright. Yeah, the chair's way back there in the kitchen. I'm gonna start trying to organize this place. I was gonna do it earlier, but I still couldn't wrap my brain around how exactly I wanted to organize things. I'm not saying I'm 100% on that, but I'm much more visual, spatial. An amazing Tetris ability when it comes to helping people move, especially myself, especially since I've done it way too many times. Let's take this charging station out of the way because we won't be using that until we get everything set back up. I have a total of 2 manicure stations. I rotated one out of use. I'm about to rotate it back into the place it was sitting when I first moved in. I think that's where it was. It's neither here nor there. I was going to do a paint stream, but no, I need to get this done. I'll just bring you all along for the journey. Yeah, you're seeing my foot here because that's tentatively sitting in kitty cam area. Arthur was curled up all cutesy earlier. Let's see if we can get him back. Arthur? Sit on the floor, see what I'm doing? Sit on the floor and see what I'm doing? Arthur? Arthur? Is that crate in your way? Is this in your way? Yeah, come on. Come over here. Where you going? Come here. Come here. Buddy. Yet another. Oh, and even smaller than the number 4. Or is it a number 4, but weird? Oh, it is a number 4. It just looks different. But yeah, so a non-X-Acto brand knife with the number 4 blade. Alright, so let's put those all in one spot. I'm going to stick this ice resin kit over here for now. Put the knives in one spot for now. Arthur, come here. Yeah, come to the kitty cam. Yeah, tuxedo kitty. Curious kitty. Turn around. Yeah, turn around. Hi. Lie down. No. Well, let's try this. Is this Arthur? Yeah. There's Arthur. Can we see some belly? Yeah, can we see some belly? I love you, buddy. I love your body. Here comes Dr. Merlin. Here comes Dr. Merlin. There goes Dr. Merlin. He was up there keeping my spot on the bed warm. Because I went up there to grab something and then I laid down and I was watching a Science Asylum video which then led me to a looking glass video, which may or may not have been the right channel. I think it was the right channel for something somebody said in the comments. And then I went to look him up by name, Nick Lucid, Science Asylum, and came across his Nick Lucid channel as opposed to his Science Asylum channel, and watched his I'm Autistic video from 10 months ago, which he had linked Kyle Hill, formerly of Because Science, now Welcome to the Facility, is with that, over his current way of phrasing it. But I made it like 6 minutes into Kyle's video and started writing a comment that kept getting longer and longer, so I just abandoned ship on that and started writing it as an actual script for, yeah, I'm autistic as well, and it kept getting more and more tangents on there because of course it did. So I decided to just come down and start streaming. There's Belly. It's not a trap with Arthur or Merlin. They love their bellies rubbed. Yeah. So I took a measurement, and the opium den, catnip den that I've, oh, those little peats that I've gotten from Aldi when I bought a handful of take and bake pizzas a few months ago. Used the empty container from something to bring it home to get it up the stairs, but I put the produce paper from a previous Aldi trip or Save-A-Lot trip in the bottom, put those holes in the middle, and it's multi-layered. Put the catnip in there, so even if they eat up most of it, it'll still have some residual in there that'll smell good for their goodies, and they crawl up in there in their little opium den. Oh. Pink nosies and toesies, yeah, Mr. Licky Licky. Yeah. You're my buddy. You're my buddy too, wherever you're hiding. Merlin's just skittish. He got stepped on a couple times as a kid because he liked to sleep on the stairs. Whoops. I know I didn't put all my weight on him, but I can't vouch for my roommate. He stomps when he walks. Alright, well, let's actually organize things. You keep people entertained, they'll start organizing? How's that sound? How's that sound? You keep laying down here being cute, and I'll try to take care of things? How's that sound? How's that sound? Alright, oh, hey, you're fine. You're fine, I just made a noise. I just made a noise. Yeah. Yeah, because originally I was going to use the one airbrush station, manicurist station. I salvaged 2 of them when I was living at the lower half of Timber Top. They were sitting next to the dumpster. These things run like $300 a pop. Heck yeah, I'm going to take a manicurist station or 2. Somebody must have been running that kind of business out of their apartment, but hey. These tools to be in the same spot those end up, my various X-Acto knives and such. Alright. Arthur, let me get that here for you. Let me get that here for you. Oh. But yeah, I planned on using one manicurist station for an airbrush station, and then I kind of abandoned that idea, but now that I've been using the airbrush station again. Ooh, what? Oh, I did drop something. Little wings from the air elemental set from, I believe it was part of the core set of Reaper Bones 3. I know it was from Reaper Bones 3, I'm just not sure if it was a separate add-on or if it was part of the core set. I think it was one of the stretch goals. Make sure these get... Buddy, you don't have to go anywhere. I'm just moving things. I'm just moving things. Another charging station. I got this one and then I found the other one. Hey, buddy, you're fine. I'm just untangling a cord. I'm just untangling a cord, buddy. Oh, see? Just untangling a cord. Yeah. Just untangling a cord. Ooh. Ooh, I hope I didn't suck any of that up into the vacuum, because I know I already dumped the container and took it to the dumpster with the litter and everything else that I've dumped. Yeah, I've got a little bit of is this shaped foam from, it's gotta be from something like a handle or something. I'll come back to that. Oh, buddy. Yep, Merlin must be in the litter box. I threw away the old litter box. I put a Rubbermaid container in its place. I was going to go with a bigger one, but we'll see how well they do with the smaller one. And see if Arthur still digs to China when he's trying to use the litter box. Every day's shoulder day for this boy. Although you look like you're losing some shoulder mass, buddy. He would dig and dig and dig and dig and dig and then finally do his business. Alright, so let's get this organizing going. Oh, I can't put that away. That's holding the camera in place. I've got a crescent wrench sitting on the clip mount for it. But yeah, I pushed my squeakiest chair on YouTube all the way to the back of the little kitchen I got here. Oh shoot, I forgot I did that a while ago. Let's get that out of there before it drops on our toes. So I had, you can move now, Arthur. I'd put this Radio Shack store shelf fixture from when we went out of business. The old wood grain from the 70s that we stopped using. We also used to put shag carpet on the shelves. I'm sure that went really well with the electronics. Zap! Static everywhere. But I wedged it in between the salvage desk I'm using for the keyboard rack, keyboard and mouse rack, drawer, whatever you want to call it. And it fits in between the legs of and underneath the desk I bought from Salvation Army. Excuse me. Over many years ago. But so that I could have more space for sorting out my cards for the deck I was working on. This whole painting surface wasn't a painting surface at the time. It was where I was sorting out cards, but then the ones that were staying in the deck were getting sorted onto here on the play mat, and then I would stick it out of the way when I wasn't using it, since there's about a ½ inch of clearance there. What was that? What was that? It can't, well, it shouldn't be a cord. Maybe it just shook loose, but I may or may not keep that underneath that desk. We'll see. But I think I'm planning on rotating that to the right, that to the left, and putting the other manicure station right here behind me again for the airbrush station, so I don't have to stretch this air hose quite as far, and so I can leave things that have just been airbrushed on it to dry. I can keep those airbrush paints separate with it instead of drop the Bluetooth hearing aid volume a little bit. It's okay, buddy. I don't need the airbrush case at the moment. I was just going to use it for transporting miniatures this weekend, though. But I used a different container instead. I was also going to use some of these little toolboxes, and again I used a different container instead. Actually, there's nothing hiding in here. Oh, okay, that's from I bought a model train table off a guy. I don't think I got his contact info to get more of his stuff, or his dad's stuff actually. His dad modeled in HO, half of O scale, and that's what the train table was. And the bottom of it has like all these Christmas cards and birthday cards from the grandkids, because he has a couple of O hooks on there for hanging it up on the wall out of the way. Maybe I'll borrow that idea if I bring it here. But it's just a circle of track on there. There might be a switch or something, but I've got this Little Tikes or Fisher Price mountain thing that I found, and I want to use that and use the HO track with O scale trains to make an an ON3, a narrow gauge. The other one, yeah, right here. Huh? Oh. We'll get it figured out when there's a more stable spot. One of my many play mats. I've had this one for some years. This Frazetta-esque Death Dealer kind of guy. Looks like E. Beard Jr.? I don't know if he'll appreciate the comparison. Ooh, maybe I'll paint one of my dragons this color scheme. And maybe my Reaper. I've got a few different Grim Reapers. I've got the WizKids Grim Reaper. And a couple of Spectres from Reaper Bones. That's a skeleton. Is it a troglodyte skeleton? I don't even know. It's not the Minotaur, that's for sure. But I've got a few different Death Knight kind of things, so maybe one of those will get that paint scheme. That's right, more Reaper figs. But anyway, oh that's right, I put that in there. So I'm not going to be able to close the lid on this box that way unless I move some things out of the way. Rocks in the way, the dragon's in the way. Dragon! Come on, get off the dragon. Try more. There we go, maybe. Just make sure I put it this way so that stays like so. I don't even toss this box once I get things organized, probably. That's trash, that's adulting things. Adulting. Trash. And when we'll go to a lunch combo from King Crab, literally across the river from me, where my apartment is, we've got... Am I in the kitty cam? Not at the moment. Okay. So, it's here. Oh, where's my hand? So, it's here. King Crab is here. And the river makes a U, and I'm here. I could fire a laser pointer right at it. Oh, and if you're wondering about the socks, I don't like wearing socks all the time either, but I also don't like having cold feet. And one of the side effects of having had a stroke is that side of my body, right brain, left body stroke, my left side is ectothermic, so while I like drinking cold water, I've got ice in here and stuff. It makes my left side even colder. I'll be shivering. at times. Alright, let's just move this little wheelie cart out of the way. Oh, maybe. What it's like living with ADHD and autism. Especially when it comes to organizing, I gotta do pretty much all or nothing. There is no happy medium, there is no in between. I'm joking, lady. Oops. So I've been using the leg well of this manicure station. Is it showing on any of the... There's that cam, there's that cam. Where did I put the third cam? Where did I put the third camera? That's that one. Oh, that's right, it's right here. Yes, manicurist station. I've been using the leg well to put tools in out of the way in my hallway. But, I don't know where I'm going to run this cord for it. This one comes with a 4-outlet plug on it, and it also has the switch for a vacuum, but I might have to dissect it because I don't think the vacuum works anymore. That or it doesn't work because I don't have the end of it hooked up, any kind of containment. But I could just run another one through it. And there's a small shop vac at Ace Hardware that I was looking at, so maybe. Dr. Ron Graham gave me this desk lamp that he used for engineering things, presumably. Might have had it at his desk at NASA. Rest in peace, Ron. Don't use that one nearly as often, or at least I haven't, because I've got Senior Halo Light magnifier. So I can use it as either or both or what have you. Alright, so I can worry about organizing this one later. I just need to have it in position. Although that might bite me in the butt in a minute. I'm going to put this shelf out of the way for right now. Because right now I've only got like tool kind of stuff up in here. Speaking of which, get this rotary tool out of the way. Get my hot glue gun, little rotary stations. I can and should downsize some of the and consolidate some of the accessories, make it more airbrush friendly. But with the shop vac, then I can use it for rotary tool projects for grinding and stuff. Turn on the shop vac, have it suck all that into the bin, and or I can have the shop vac running like Jolly Blackburn of Knights of the Dinner Tables, Vlad the Inhaler, on his setup. Where do I want to move things and how? Alright, well, this is airbrush stuff, so it can come over here even if I don't know quite how I want to deal with all this. Throwing a lot of it into a crate. Let me bring that over. So not a milk crate, because those have holes in the bottom, but one of these style ones. Oh shoot, I took up the space I've got above, but I've got one of these in black here, I've got a red one somewhere, I've got a white one up there. It's currently home to my random miniatures that I'm not painting that aren't on top of my role-playing games bookshelf at the moment. Yeah, so we gotta move that desk and the one we're sitting on, and then move this manicure station over. So many things. I'd be talking myself through the process with or without streaming, so why not do both? Move the actual airbrushes over. Yeah, I got the kind that holds 4. Can't remember if I bought this separately or if I got it with the airbrush here, maybe. But that's the gist of it. To be able to do it like that, save myself some tension on the line, and quick disconnect. Just pop the binder clip off. I'm sure I'll switch it to something else, but pop that off and shove it under the sink. So it's not in my way for any kitchen related thing. Plan on putting some kind of hole in the framing around the cabinet doors. That way I can just run the hose through without having everything else coming through. So for right now what we're going to do is just put tools with tools. Odds and ends can go in here. Again, those go there. Oh, so I do have some toothpicks. Oh, these are brush picks, which are great for cleaning an airbrush. I got them for that. Dollar Tree. Haven't used them yet though. Odds and ends, odds and ends. Fix this drawer. I got damaged during the move up here. I do have regular toothpicks for painting and stuff. Got some thimbles, got a different knob if one of these is missing or broken, because it was a 2-pack only. Felt pads can go with the other felt pads. A couple random analog cameras that may or may not still be good. Put this box cutter away. Oh. For hanging signs from a ceiling. That might come in handy. Got it from Radio Shack. If I can clear some things off the desk, then I can get around to actually doing some stuff. Your airbrush. Paint marker. Since they're so specialized, I'll put those with airbrush on. I'll be back. vaguely back, mostly, approximately. If you ever end up with mismatched socks, I recommend keeping one as a dust rag. Speaking of dust rag, I should probably put on my mask so I'm not freaking coughing and sneezing later. So like I said, you need better masks than what I'm using when it comes to airbrushing. That first night I was getting all that base coating done. Ended up having a lot of magenta coming out of my nose later that day and the next day. Magenta. Do this over here. Clean as I go. Just literally been gathering dust over here. Take one of these, oh, that one's still got a lot of paint in it. It'll work later, but it's got a lot there now. I got two of these Keurig cup holders that are perfect for Citadel size paints. Even the, oops, I popped it out earlier thinking I could get it squeezed in there, but it's perfect for the regular, what is it, 0.2 ounce? The regular 0.4 ounce and then the newer, slightly larger 0.6 ounces, which I don't see sitting around here. Huh. But like the contrast and stuff. The ones that are coming in the larger sizes now. Oh, there we go. Okay, so with the feetsies, it goes all the way up there. But that might be handy, we'll see. Put a few things on there. I might just want to put my, stay on there. Put my knives there like I previously have. By knives I mean the X-Acto knives. Yeah, this will be the prep and airbrush station. Let's get this one out of the way, even with the paint in it, but somewhere for later consideration. Saving this little dealio from a lighter, not quite a Zippo, but an off-brand style with piezoelectric shaped like a coffin that I have around here somewhere. One I've been using most often can come up front. Move that slightly just so that won't fall out the back. Using that one so I can actually put it on top of that one. So, somewhat out of of sight, out of mind, but not out of reach. But yeah, then with the way the airbrush stations are curved for the client, to the padding came off of it. I can't see it right now, but on either of them. But with that curve, I can just let the paintbrush hoses drop down there like they've decided to do on their own. Airbrush paints can definitely sit over here. I'll sort that out later. These inks can probably go over there too. Maybe anything else I'm going to use for base coating. If they're out of the way for here, then I can get on with moving some things around. This here before. Alright, so it's definitely a tighter fit to come into the kitchen, but since I tend to be parked here if I'm solo anyway, I'm going straight to the kitchen. So instead of needing one of those mini fridges, I have the full-size fridge 7 to 10 feet away from me, depending on how far back I'm sitting. Some dice, get these out of the way. Oh, a deck list, another deck list. That's a Dalton. Empty at the moment. Gonna be the racks for drying things. Dice out the way. The airbrush that I was using the other day, the Matco, I refilled my airbrush cleaner bottle from the bigger bottle, so we're not quite halfway through the big bottle at this point. But I go with the terrain stuff. It's a fine line between being a pack rat and a hoarder. I'm not the greatest at walking that line, but the plastic that the WizKids minis come in, assuming I still have some plaster or next time I get some plaster, I'm going to use that to make some rock forms. So these are just going to be casual throwaway molds, so I can get a variety of rock textures for next time I get around to actually making some terrain. Alright, hey, stay. Just want you for a backdrop. Backdrop. My kingdom for a backdrop. Out of the way, deck box thing. Let's just get all these models into this bin and put it up out of the way. That one's empty at the moment. Currently this pile is things that I'm going to paint in stone colors, along with some other things, but trying to consolidate so I can do things in batches. That's how I logically do it best. Okay, everything that's going gray, which is going to be these, can go gray together. Odds and ends. Get in there, Luna. Get in there, Bruce. How do you know my name? And this centaur. I am drawing a blank on the origin of centaurs in Greek mythology. I'm sure there's at least 2 versions of it, like a lot of the other stories. Whoops. I mean, if Poseidon made horses, I'd assume it has something to do with Zeus, because Zeus's extramarital affairs are where we get a lot of the things found in myth. Like, oh hey, Zeus did the thing again. The thing? Yeah, the thing. Stress balls. Got the whole world in my hands. There you are, Merlin. Hi. Merlin's over there on one of the couches. Hairbrush. Something for the kitties to play with. Some laces, which I will possibly put in another pair of shoes at some point. Possibly. Up there. Good clean stuff. Arthur, where'd you go? I'll be back. Oh, you're in that chair. More paint. Let's put these over here with these. Whether or not the liquid green stuff is working, we'll at least get it over there. Leave this with that. That's the problem. I need to clear this off. I need to clear that manicure station off before I can swap these around, because the stuff on here is going to go on there. I need to clean this to move that to the right. It's a process. balls for foot massage reasons. Okay. Thank you, filter. Get this currently broken airbrush out of the way. I will try to fiddle with it and make it function again if possible. Come on, get in there, cord. I don't see a slip, trip, fall hazard. I already am a slip, trip, fall hazard. Cord. Well, hose. I've got a few different monitors that I want to hook up so I can dual screen, but that hasn't happened quite yet. What are you? MacWarrior? Yep. MacWarrior Dark Ages. Ta-da! Is this an expansion? Yeah, the Death from Above expansion. Got the Mark II Heavy Crane Transport, which is the future version of a Chinook gunship, because it has a 360 arc of fire on it. I have most of this expansion. I think I'm missing a few of the VTOLs. Vertical takeoff or landing, since that's what they regarded all of the helicopters as. I think I've got most, if not all, of the mechs. There aren't too many mechs to collect in this one. I don't know if I have the Sun Cobra. Pencil sharpener, I don't know where I want to put that. Let's put it back in the closet. My eBay handle used to be Fuzzy Binder. That way, if you saw me in person, I didn't have branding quite yet. Not that I do now, but it worked great, so I could use it as a pillow at a convention between rounds, or if Nick was still winning and I was done. But it was distinctive. Hey, go see the guy over there with the fuzzy binder. Huh. Oh, that's from that. Yeah, laminate from this school bookshelf that I use for my role-playing library. That there for now, because I never seem to use the cutting mat for the cutting. Have the magnets over here. Back to the drawer where I had them. I only pulled them because I wasn't using this. I was just kind of over there. For centuries. Oh, come on. These particular cards somewhere. I'm trying to sell them off. Get a few quid. Huh. Every time I glance at my random dice container, I see more of them that may go to sets I have. More pencils. Alright, well I will need them somewhere, so I'll just put them in the kitchen to grab in a minute. Don't mind me, I'm grazing on some chicken. Oh, that's right, that's the dock list. Count box. Oh, color pencils. Start trying to do some graffiti from Dollar Tree. Not Dollar Tree, Dollar General. Those are empty deck boxes. Deck boxes, empty fat pack boxes, and such. Push this thing into the kitchen. I can't vouch for other orders, but that whole push it into the kitchen for now seems to be a common enough theme, like, oh, I'll just deal with that later, and then it never gets dealt with later. Rustic keyboard that I plan on using with my other computer once we get back to that. If I can find the heatsink paste that I thought I had, or if I go pick some more up at some point. Some D60s. Speaking of the computer. Oh, that's right. I manually did a cut and paste while I was working at Walmart to make character sheets. It was an older school or more high-powered copier, so it didn't notice tape. So it was literally cutting and taping things into place. This is almost cleared out. Let's clear this off because it'll fall when we're going to move anything. Part of why I think I mentioned it earlier with I like to do all or nothing. So if I'm sorting stuff out, I want to get it all done in one fell swoop, otherwise it's not going to get done. I know me. It's alright. They know me. You know. Is that not going to fit there? No. It'll fit on the other shelf. Yahtzee Deluxe Edition dice trays that I picked up at a couple different thrift stores. One, somebody had already swapped out the, oh, and there's my Dungeon Command tiles. dungeon maps, and some character sheets. Game rules, kicks to check. I felt like something else was hiding under there. Alright, well. This gets trapped. Oh. You're all clear, kid. Now let's blow this thing and go home. In this 1977 movie, a floppy-haired vest enthusiast is encouraging a moisture farmer to blow what exactly? It was a bonus question from a Geeks Who Drink round years ago. I'm not sure quite when, but it was when I was printing out the hearing impaired transcripts. In Service to the Mouse isn't just any latest fanfiction epic. It's also a ghostwritten biography about Jack Lindquist's time with what company? Turning love into a political force is a slogan for what Big Crystal Energy presidential campaign? And the round 8 bonus, arriving on a ship called the Gay Flower, the gay and lesbian kingdom of the Coral Sea Islands, were a not recognized nation founded to protest the former marriage policies of what country? I don't remember that one. Trying to remember the other ones. Set that with the reading nook. Alright, getting closer to closing this. Keys from one of my old hearses, probably the black one because it got fixed and then was back up and running again. The red one ended up getting scrapped and racing in a demolition derby. The skeleton key from the cemetery house I had rented for a year, North Canton Cemetery. I'd initially bought the hearse and I initially put the down payment, the deposit on the rental, and then I was like, I need a hearse to go with this. And we were running a different route for PT in the reserves that morning in Canton, and sure enough, there was a hearse. So after work in uniform, I went up there, parked, called the phone number. The guy said, I'll be right over. That's my parents' house because they got a lot more vehicle traffic. And we worked out a thing to make some payments on it. Bought a hearse for $2,500. I had to sink quite a bit more into it with like rusted out fuel lines and stuff, but that happens. Random bookmarks. Alex Bates, Forge of Ice. I started painting a few of those miniatures, I think. Well, at least one of them I painted. I got a base coat onto the owlbear skin rug. That's as far as I've gotten with those. Star Wars Galaxy's Edge Sabacc-shaped playing cards. They're definitely interesting to shuffle. Like, a tarot card tends to be, bigger. A regular playing card tends to be, just a little bit wider, but these are fun to play with. This is the play. Grab those on these other playing cards, and probably these dice trays, and maybe these D&D things, and stick them over here with my actual games. Especially since nature abhors a vacuum, and I've got a vacuum right now. My talisman and expansions. Those are roughly where they're going. That's vaguely cleared up. Got my ergonomic pad in case I end up using it again. Wrists are at a weird angle. Stick this acrylic shelf up there. What are we doing? We're organizing, Cookie. We're organizing cookies? Oh, I wish, Cookie. Me wish too. Where's the cookies? Not here, buddy. Not here. Could make us some brownies later. Uh-oh, where's my internet cycle? Looks like we might be having an internet disruption. Are we stopping running? Alrighty. I've got a Cookie Monster puppet and I've got a Trash Panda puppet. Yeah, not Oscar. Where's the tags for this? Oh, it's hanging off the inside. From Folk Manus Puppets. Found this at Hartville Flea Market in the gaming store on the second floor. I wanted it as soon as I saw it, and then I realized there was a puppet, and then I absolutely had to have it. Like, I guess I will get this today because poor impulse control. Arc view for Windows. What is arc view? It says GIS, so I'm guessing mapping? Maybe? Let's stay with it. If that needs the product key, that needs the product key. That's the name of the place. So Cool Collectibles. I don't know if they're still open in Las Vegas, but they were on Sahara Avenue when I was stationed at Fort Irwin. Oh, apparently they have two locations, so Sahara Avenue and Charleston Boulevard. CoolCollectibles.com, cool with a K, collectibles with a K. Much like Kenmore Comics here in Akron. Comics, cards, games, and toys. Swords, knives, dragons, t-shirts, posters, figures, jewelry, and much more. I didn't see any actual dragons for sale. Maybe they're invisible. But they had boasted that they were the world's largest White Wolf retailer. Oh, that's where I put the contrast paints for now. They fit in a Keurig drawer. But I put a lot of White Wolf t-shirts and White Wolf books on layaway. A lot of them. And then I mentioned on another video Jenny Bosquet at Corners Collectibles, Sports Cards, Anime, Wall Scrolls, Comics, Games, Magic, D&D, all supplies, dice, Warhammer 40k, out at the PX Mall at Fort Irwin, California, Monday through Saturday, and it's closed on Sunday. If you happen to be at Fort Irwin and she still has her shop out there, stop in, tell her Johnny says hi. It's out there 2002 to 2004. Bought way too many Mech Warrior Dark Ages figures there. Well, packs. But then I'd sell some of the singles back, the legendary ones, since those were $20 a pop at the time. As I mentioned in another video. I haven't gotten around to reading this article yet, so to the bathroom it goes. But the USA Today from June 22nd last year, One Man's Journey in World of Proud Boys. So, bathroom reading. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow off. Hopefully I get this all done before work on Wednesday. I don't know how far I'm going to get tonight. Some sleeves. Get to those later. Bag for taking my lunch to work. Another. Let's not block the kitty cam. Not that there's any kitties over here right now. But where did I put the dusting sock and my mask? I took the extra dividers out of it to sort dice for a project I've got going on that I've been working on since Super Genius Circle. Yes, that was really the name of the street I lived on. Even though there was no road sign for it that said such, but the post office recognized it as that. My utilities companies recognized it as that. But it was officially, according to the City of Akron road sign, Chesapeake Drive. Yeah, I took most of the dividers out to sort out a bunch of translucent dice for a dice lamp. Still trying to get the LEDs figured out in the bottom so that the translucent will really shine through. All this rainbow of colors. John Cochran sent me a bunch of bulk dice for the project and I have not gotten around to it. I picked out a bunch of translucent dice from some of the dice box exchanges from the pair of dice groups I was in. I don't know if I've been kicked out for being idle or not. I just haven't been over there in a while. Partially because the algorithm hasn't shown me anything from them in a while. Partially just because I haven't. Alright, well, I don't know where I'm going to put this in the long haul, so let's just get it out of the way now. Well, what do we have here and why am I dropping it? Well, probably because we have a sock on our hand. We're suffering from hypercapnia. A mask on doesn't drop your oxygen levels. Otherwise doctors would all be dead. Or at least surgeons. Alright. Part of why I wanted to do this earlier was so that I could vacuum, shovel this stuff over there with What the heck? How did you... Well, let's take the brakes off this table while we're thinking about it. It's got wheels. Have brakes on there. I don't want to forget and then not be able to move the desk and be struggling. Excuse me. I was going to move my RPG bookshelf to the... Oh, okay, it's just a little scrape. I was getting too warm. I took the socks off. Much like an elephant's ears, the capillaries help them with thermoregulation. The capillaries in my feet are doing the same. So just move this over here with the other one. Take those to the closet. I took them out of the closet so I could use them. But yeah, that's part of the computer case. I bought a couple of different of these moving background things, and one of them was working. Well, one of them the light was working, the other one the motor was working. So the one with the motor working is a fish scene, a saltwater, like oceanic scene, and that's in my bathroom. So when you turn on the light switch, it starts moving. Are we at liberty to move things around now? Huh. Well, if we do it very carefully, we can. Because I'm pretty sure that's the cord that the computer is plugged into. Now there's a plug right here behind the desk currently, and there's one over here or here behind the cabinets, and I've been running that to the computers, well, computer currently, and I've been using the other one for my projector and my, oh, excuse me, is this one still empty? Another laptop case. Well, this one has part of what I was looking for. Music stand, book stand. Used it for Geeks Who Drink, for reading my quizzes, because I would print them out because I was constantly having electrical gremlins when it came to the soundboard setup and stuff. I didn't want to add to that by having a tablet die on me in the middle of actually reading questions. So I continued to print mine out from FedEx office. That goes there. Shopping bag can go with. If that's where dice are, that's why they're there. Yeah, the Deluxe Yahtzee came with a couple of Deluxe Yahtzee dice cups that I haven't used very often. They do come in handy for, well, anything like Yahtzee that uses 5 or more dice. If I'm using it for my dice pool for Shadowrun or World of Darkness, it could come in handy. But I generally won't use it for a pair of dice or a single. I guess if I'm rolling up damage for something like Lightning Bolt, I could use it. I take 26d6 of damage. What? Would you like to take the average, or would you like me to roll? Lightning is fickle like that. Let's get this receiver out of here. I was going to run my sound through that when I was hosting the movie premiere. Well, at least the pre-screening premiere for those of us in the cast and crew of One Flesh. Not sure if it's going into distribution at any point, and if so, whether or not it's changing names, since that seems to be something that happens. Like we'd love to, but we're going to change the name. I don't know where to put you, and I'm running out of room over here. Let's not hurt ourselves. Ow. How do you know you've used nasal spray correctly? It feels like you waterboarded yourself. Oh. It only seems to happen with the Afrin, not my prescription strength, whatever it is. Nasonex. Yeah, the Afrin tries to kill me every time. Who's still alive? What's it say over here? We hear the... Alright. Incremental steps. Come on. I misplaced my controversial mouse pad, lip service. I got a pair of them, I think complimentary with my order on the station at Porter One. But here's the one that I hadn't used for years, and then I misplaced the other one. So now they're both in service. Kinda, sorta. If I can just go up and at them. At least with this one. Yeah, because this is just an L part of a desk, just the extra end of it. So I, in theory, should be able to pull that out, and then I can get the other one out. They dissed on the Nomad. I haven't been using it, but I did get some use out of it playing on less than ideal surfaces, and also for helping for deck construction, because I can just put them in sections and call it a day. All the lands are over here, all the instants are here, all the sorceries are there, all the synergistic whatever component reason why I'm building the deck in the first place is over in this other spot. What are those keys to? Ow. Now that Afrin is burning in there. Burning means it's working. Oh, that hurts. Dust protector / advertiser from Radio Shack. Putting DM notes or something under it, I don't know. Come on, why am I so warm? Chiming should stop here in a minute. I put a rubber band on there so they don't chime as often. Okay, yeah, because we just want to rotate this desk 90 degrees that way, not rotate that one 90 degrees that way, and presumably just stick this one that way? That was our stated goal, right? And then if it's over here, maybe the kiddies won't think that they can jump on it, and I can actually use it for various crafting things. And maybe I won't start climbing things up on top of it either. Ha 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 ha. Oh, you're not funny. Uh-oh. What's going on here? Oh. I looked right at it and didn't realize. Okay, so there is a bar across. Alright, well, I didn't think that through. Maybe if I put like this, we can start pulling the other one out. No, because we got to be careful not to knock the power loose. Or the other cords. Alright. Loud noises. Hi, Frog. Frog from the Denhart Glass Museum. Down in Guernsey County near Cambridge. I don't know if Denhart's still around. I know it's not at its old location, which was right next to the BP at, what is that, exit 47 down there? And then I found out later, when I went down there with that as one of my destinations in mind, I found out later that the Denhart Glass Museum, well, the Denhart Glass, because I went to Cambridge Glass, Denhart Glass and some of the other glass companies may or may not have copied some of the molds from Cambridge Glass and or some of the other ones, like, oh, yeah. Apparently Guernsey County was a huge glass manufacturer back in the day. And by back in the day, I mean like before, during, and after World War II. Somewhere in that time frame, I think. That slice of Americana. Alright, well, we still have power. Did I not have that one screwed on, or did I not care because I was hooking this under it? Either way, now this is a Yugoslavian made art table. Or is it Czechoslovakian? Either way, the country isn't the same as it used to be. Let's see if I can find the label under here while we're down here. There we go. Made in Yugoslavia. It doesn't have a date on it, but it's got to be before 1990 something. But this was over in the Goodwill outlet store on Waterloo Road, back when it was on the side of the building before it moved to Arlington Road, to Arlington Plaza, and then it moved back to the same building it was in before, but they moved it to the left side. So when you walk in and take the left set of doors in, you go to the outlet side, and everything there is like by the pound or by the quantity of books or whatever. Whereas the regular side, you go in through the right doors and go there, but the bathrooms are over on the left side. Last time I went there to use the bathroom specifically, because the bathrooms were out of order at Giant Eagle next door, but I came out with a stack of books that I had to walk past the party center, which prom was happening for some school. And here I am in my Pizza Hut or Marco's uniform, grabbing a ton of books and trying to walk across the parking lots to get back to my car. Progress is progress. Alright. So this side, I plan on putting like miniatures laying down in there, but I'll need to reverse this if I want to put the paints on it, because the paints would normally be there, and then you hook your canvas onto there for painting. Put this in the kitchen temporarily. Not even helpful. That's something we should do. Drink some water here. Had a bit of a sore throat for the last few days, but nothing major. Okay, so I'm pretty sure these legs come off somehow, but I've been unable to figure it out. See, it's just a... Let's move this one in. Just the... Okay, there we go. Trying to figure out which one's which. Oh, did we knock that one into the corner? Okay. But this one, it's just an L part of a desk somebody left by the dumpster. It's like, oh, I can probably work that into my setup. And I kind of have, but it was the top surface over top of the other that I couldn't use anymore because it was under this. Alright. Just gonna pull it out of there. Carefully. Okay, maybe not carefully. Get Ghost Rider down, a Hydra down, and a Dragon down. And presumably Captain America's down here somewhere as well. Oh no, he jumped to safety. He made his reflex save. He's still sitting up here like, what's going on, guys? Alright, wow. Yeah, I probably omitted putting a screw in there because I was out of that size. Well, bolt, I should say. I was out of that size, and yeah, like I said, maybe some hoarders, some pack rats will start a project like this, get stuck in the middle, and now you can never go to your kitchen. I do stuff like this to make sure that I can finish the project off to get to my kitchen. I'm gonna look into that more, and I forgot where this was. I'm not quite sure where this advanced rule book for 3.5 came in as opposed to the starter rules, because I only have one copy, so I'm pretty sure it didn't come with the player's kit, but it's got a halfway decent little module in here. Yeah, my first adventure book. I like to use that for running characters through. Oh wait, no, this one goes with that. But I've got another one that's with the Spider, the Kobolds, and the Troglodyte, Big Stinky. I'll put this over there for later reading. Probably gotta take that up to bed with me. What else we got? I know we got character sheets and such. Oh, okay. I thought all my D&D stuff was down below. I guess not. Yeah, this shelf isn't the same one I had my books on before, so I kind of haphazardly sorted it. There's this huge section of books that's missing right now because they're over at my buddy's place. It's a weapon from one of my battle beasts that I traded to Billy for my Super Nintendo. Well, I traded him the battle beast for his Super Nintendo. I still have said Super Nintendo, so my Super Nintendo? Well, so I already have this coffin shaped from wood tray coffin, 10.5 inches, 26.7 centimeters. But from Pat Catan's before or during their ownership by Michaels, I think I'll just cut this. It's seen better days. This mouse pad, it's already in a vaguely coffin shape. Just cut it to fit. To make a dice tray out of it. Because I don't want to roll on straight wood, because that just... Where's those D20? That just is loud. Well, my fingers are under it, but louder than I want them to be. Maybe I'll put a dice tower on this end of it so they can have more room to roll into. But I want to get on this project sometime soon. I'll put the mouse pad with it and see what happens. Let's move this up if we can. Poor journal. I had great hopes that this time a journal could work for me. I was so inspired. I was watching Jessica on How to ADHD channel. It's like, okay, maybe I can get this to work for me. And I probably got maybe 2 weeks to a month in and stopped. It's all about starting and maintaining habits. I wasn't trying to change everything overnight, but yeah. That change didn't stick. Come on, I want to get you out of there. I've got this slat wall fixture here from the back room of Radio Shack when we went out of business. Just trying to get these out of the way a little bit before I try moving this thing. So what can we move without making a mess? A bigger mess, I should say. That's not touching that, that's not touching that. Pull this forward so it's not dependent on wall for support. Put this frog over here with decorative stuff. Alright. How long have I been attempting this tonight? Oh, well, it's only been almost 2 hours so far. And that's with a couple bathroom breaks in there. So, not the worst. Alright, well, this thing shouldn't go rogue on me, but no guarantees. I've got... Well, where'd I set the other one? I've got a fixture holder for sitting here. Tissue panel. I've got some kind of hooked fixture thing on the bookshelf that's not going anywhere. And it's in between a couple of slats of wood. I use that to spin this desk around. Well, I'm using it to hold the slat up. I'm going to spin this desk around and hopefully not knock over anything in the process. Push it forward a little. Start double checking things. I don't want the monitor to go jumping off on me. Paint brushes. Oh, that's where the elithid ran off to. Yes, the elithid. The subdued elithid with how I'm painting it so far. Let's back up here for now. Oh, there it is. So I've got at least 2 of these. This one I bent up a little bit so I could put this holder on it. I might bend it further because it also has the other direction and I could just go straight in there, but this way it does hold on and the stuff I've got in progress can just sit there within reach but out of the way. You know what, let me put that with that so maybe I'll remember where it is. Alright. Microphone that we might start using instead of the LifeCam mic. LifeCam mic is blocking me with the other Radio Shack. Whatever brand that is. Does it have it printed on these? Oh yeah, Gigaware. Our Gigaware line of products. Now why do we have our 3-hole punch over here? We have zero need for that over here. Huh. Well, that's weird. I've got the box for these foot warming booty things, but I don't have the booties. Oh, here's one of the Hero Quest swords for the Gabos. It'll be easier to put the original back on probably than it would have been to fabricate a new one. Alright, so I've got 2 desks going on here. I'm just going to try to move the whole system over. Try. Keyword try. Oh. Clipboard style folders. You might want those back. Got a Shadowrun section over here. Got the Genesis system, which is what the dice system for Star Wars Age of Empires uses. I want a slightly more intuitive version of this, but with these it works with my seat of the pants style of running a game when it comes to at least Vampire the Masquerade and other White Wolf games. Although I did employ it not this weekend but last weekend when getting the player characters together. It's like, I don't know the details about what's going on, I just know that something's happening. In that case, the something happening was Over the Edge. I'm not familiar with that one. I got it from Josh. Put this with the other journal, and maybe we'll use one of them. Oh, my 3 Dragon Ante customer card. Ooh, I put some cough drops down here. While I'm down here, the Skull and Bones D20 system from Mythic Vistas and Green Ronin Publishing. Wait, if you want any cam? There we go, maybe. It has a rule for those extra lives that pirates seem to have. Turtles mate. I like using that rule. Your characters all secretly have 1d4 plus 1 extra lives available. Ow! DM knowledge only. I'm going to leave this over here so I can copy that out verbatim and put it in my DM screen. Let's keep those cough drops handy because, ow. It's helping, but my throat is just, I feel like I gargled glass.